Hello, my name is James Lopez, and this is the second of two videos that I created to show you how I maintain my Outlook inbox. One of the problems I had in my Outlook inbox, I got a lot of junk mail in there, and I go in there and I have to delete them, and it's more of a maintenance headache. So I was looking on the internet and trying to figure out, okay, how can I maintain this? And I came up with a couple of conditions. But first of all, the first two videos I use as an example, and I used a dictionary. And I looked at that on Geeks for Geeks, and I'm like, okay, I can use this and then write the other program. So creating the dictionary allows me to get the unique emails and how many times they're in my inbox. This second program in this video will show you how I'm using that to maintain my inbox. So let's go to the actual dictionary part. So as you can see, I got my imports here, and I'm using all of them. So anyway, this is straightforward from all my other Python programs and my videos that I showed. I always have my just regular variables to my path and where my files are. Now what I'm doing here is I'm creating two files. I'm creating a text file and a CVS file, Excel. The reason why is because some people might not have Excel and they can use a text file. And the CVS file is for, if you got Excel, it's a lot easier whenever you're working with that. And I'll show you how to use that here in a minute. Setting up my Outlook, and straightforward. They got a lot of example on the web. This right here works, and I'm looking for received emails, and I have a date condition. This is the two files right here. Then I'm opening both files to append. So I'm putting data in the text file and the CVS file. This is the dictionary, straightforward, straight from if you look at the first video, this is exactly 100% what they had on an example. So I used that. And then this is the email, which I went on the internet and I pulled some data down. And this, after a couple of iterations, I've found the sweet spot on it, so I can go ahead and start creating the files that I need from reading my emails on my Outlook inbox. So anyway, right here is I'm selecting, this is the actual selection right here for the dictionary. So keys in dictionary. So I'm also sorting. Then you'll see that here in a minute. I'm splitting it, and then I'm getting the number of times it goes in and the actual email. So the number of times and then the email from my inbox when I'm running it through here based on the keys, which is up here. So anyway, when I go in, I start creating, and then what I do here is I get rid of some data I don't need, because what it gives you a big old string and it got some information I don't need, because I just want to isolate the number and the email. This right here was a part of that word just for cosmetic touches. I don't need that. You can delete that. And then this is where I write the actual line to the text file. So there's text file, CVS file. So let me show you that. So what it does, I'm not going to show you everything on here, just this email we had 61 times, once, 4 times, and this right here, this is the actual CVS file. And I'll show you how I work with that here in a minute. So what I do is I go in there and I start writing it, and that's it. It's really straightforward. This is just creating these two files. Again, it's just creating the text file and the Excel file. So now let's dive a little bit deep on here. What I do with these is I take the Excel file and I create two files from the CVS file, excuse me, in Excel. So what I want to do is I want to create a text file of emails I want to keep, no condition. There's the email. I'll manage those manually by myself here. When I just open it every now and then and just go through those emails, I'll sort and I'll look and delete what I need to delete. And the second text files is emails that I want to keep, but I want to delete after so many days, a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I'll show you how I ran that. So this program I only run one time. Once I run it and I get my output, all I do is I append to it. If I need to append to it. Sometimes I don't need to append anything. And it just depends on the emails that I get, and there's any new emails. I was like, okay, I'm going to keep these. Nah, I'm going to delete these in 30 days, which is what I need. So this right here creates these two files, straightforward. So, and I'm creating them right here. These are the actual two right here. And again, this is how I set up my emails. So it just goes in there and it sends that to the dictionary. All this sends it to the dictionary, and then I go into the dictionary and then I pull out the unique emails and split the number and the name. Straightforward. Text files, the files, email, dictionary from the messages right here. Right here. It tells me to get the first one. And then I go through the dictionary after it's finished and create the output files. Straightforward. So now let's go to the second one. Now this is the business part of how I go through and maintain my Outlook inbox. Now let's go and show you what the main thing that I'm doing. And this is the actual main thing. What I do is, first thing I do, and I'll show you the loop. If my email has no email address, I've had some with no email address, I delete them right off the top. I don't even want to look at them. Then the second one is, does it meet the condition? In other words, I have a time, a day condition on that, and you'll see it down at the bottom here. And then the emails that are the ones I want to keep, and the ones that I want to keep that meet this condition, right? And then the other ones is I don't want to keep them at all. So you'll see that. Put the date at the end of my files, and you can see that I've done that quite a bit. See, I got email, text files. You see the CVS file. I have a date on it. Straightforward. So emails to keep, emails I want to delete after 30 days. Straightforward. And so this is the ones to keep, this is the one. So this is the one to keep right here, and this is the one I want to keep after 30 days. Right? And also I created another one. Yeah, I almost forgot. I created another one just in case I wanted to look at it. These are the emails I deleted. So it'll create another text file. So I'm actually reading two and creating one. The first one creates two of them, the CVS file and the text file. So, okay, so I'm opening up the two files that I need to read to append, right? So, and then what I do is this is the date function, and this is important. What I'm saying is I want to delete everything past 21 days from today. So it'll take it with from the 21 days with the time delta, and then it'll give me that information based on, and then it'll be the end date. In other words, this is the end. I got 30 on there because I had 30 days, but I just used 21 because I kept running it, and I ran out of days. So that's how I need to, in other words, I deleted everything already after 30. There was nothing there, and I had to keep running it because I found some bugs, and so I had to change it to 21. So I left that alone. So this should actually be 30 from now on, because I just want to keep it 30 days. Unless you want to keep it, so if you say, for example, you only want to keep 2 weeks, you go like this, and then you just change that, but you have to change the variable down there. So it's a little tricky. Since I already had the variable set, I changed this, and I should call that just end days, and just don't worry about how this is affected. But that's not the way I wrote it, thinking that I'm going to keep everything to 30 days, which I didn't. And this is just my counters. This is the emails to read, and you'll see that down here. And this is just like the other one, setting up my Outlook. And then this is the for loop. Since I'm just dealing with emails, I don't have to get out. Like the dictionary, I went in there and I created the dictionary. Then I went back in there and hit the keys from the dictionary, right? In other words, this one got out of the emails. And then this was just the dictionary. Whereas this is just the just the files that I'm reading from. Keep the file, and then this is files older than 30 days. And this is how you do the email date. So what I'm doing is, over here is the actual end date that I want. This one right here, for each email that encounters, I have to create the date for that. And you'll see that down here. So this is the first if statement, which is straightforward. So this is the one that captures the one that has no emails. And if I find that has no emails blank, delete. Delete M, right? Because that's what I'm looking at, just the email. And it said right here, M. So the M in messages. Messages is all the emails. M is the first email. So it'll keep going in there. So if it doesn't mean that, then these are the emails I want to keep. I don't want to delete. So I want to keep those, and then I'm totaling in the read file for that one. Now this is the condition here for the 30 days. The sender is in my file for 30 days, then run it through here, totals and in read. Then if it meets the date condition, so it's in my 30-day text file, and we're going to figure out if it ends the end date. And if it does, I'm deleting it. If not, it'll just go on. Else, if it's not in any of that, it's just junk mail, I'm just deleting it altogether. So it's actually 4 conditions instead of 3. This is just deleting all those other stuff. You get some emails with, email, the sender name is like 150 characters because it's just junk mail. I'm just deleting them all the way through. I don't even care. So you got to be careful. And that's why you have to maintain those 2 files. The file that you want to keep and the file you want to keep but delete past the days you want, the 30 days. You have to do that. Then what you do is you close it. You close the 2 read files, the ones you want to keep and the ones you want to do after 30. And then you close the write file, or the ones you deleted, the actual ones. And this is just a print statement on how many of those. I'm not going to run it right now because I already had some in there. So I just showed you the text files that it created. And these are the emails to keep, which is not that many. It's just an example. These are the ones I want to keep but delete after 30 days. So you're going to be creating these 2 off of that CVS file. If you don't create those, then this loop, and actually you can create another condition and just create another text file. It's a lot easier. If it's in this text file, do this. If it's in this text file, do this. If it's in this text file, do this. So what I'm doing is that I'm either keeping them or deleting them for the most part. You want more conditions, you just add another one up in here. Other than that, it works. And another thing that I was going to do, that I didn't do right now, but create a scheduled task. You can do that on Windows 10 Pro. You have to go in there, and there was an example on the web. I didn't pull it down, but it's straightforward. You just go in there and set it up just like if you were doing it on the server, and just tell it. I'm gonna just write a a bat file. It's a lot easier. I usually use for bat files. I'll give that example on another video that I'll create. But another thing I might add to this is take that delete text file that I created, like this one right here. Let me show you. This is the delete one right here. Email text. I just call the email text file, but anyway, it's the ones that I'm deleting. It's this one right here. Emails, deleted text file. I can go ahead and I have an email Python program that sends emails with attachments. So I'll probably show a video on that and how to do that. It's real straightforward, and I have it on all my other programs, especially my production programs for GIS. I have a bunch of emails in there that I email Python programs that I send on my text files, especially for my production. I was gonna do it to this, but I didn't. So in other words, I get an email showing me which ones I deleted. I really don't need it, but it's just something that's handy. Some people might. I mean, you might need to see is, okay, which ones did it delete and when did it delete it? And you can always go back. Also, I want to mention, once it deletes it, it doesn't purge. I did not include the purge command on this because I don't want to purge anything, because I want to check it. Especially now that it's just in trial run. I haven't ran it. I think I've ran it like 4 times to delete some emails to see how it runs. And they're in the delete folder. So you have to go to the delete folder, right click, and empty it. Once it empties, then they're purged. I didn't put the purge on there because, you know, like just like everything else, sometimes you delete the thing, it's like you can't get them back. So I have to go in there, you know, every so often and check them and just delete them. I haven't done that. But anyway, share this with anybody you think they can use that. And, you know, give me some comments. You know, you got some suggestions or anything, you know, see what I can work with. You got a question you need to ask me, just go ahead. I didn't do the Gmail. I do have Gmail, but I didn't do the Gmail. The Gmail will be just exactly like that. Now, to get to the Gmail is a little bit different. And I looked at it and said, oh, okay, that's straightforward. I can follow that. And then I can just write this same program. I haven't really looked at my Gmail, because it, you know, I have it set to where it just deletes everything out of certain. But I might go in there and write a Python program also to take care of my Gmail. So anyway, again, you know, let me know what you think, and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.